Initiating startup sequence.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You are now plugged in.
Hey guys, and thank you for tuning in. This is episode 203 of the Plug and Play podcast. I'm your host, Zach, and alongside me, as always, is Tim.
Welcome, minions.
This week we are coming live to you guys from 192nd.
We are at Growler, USA, America's microbrew pub.
So this is an awesome place. Been here once before. Decided to come back. It has like a billion different fucking things on tap.
Today we are drinking Everybody's Brewing
Cowpunk
IPA, which does have a description here somewhere if you can find it.
Yeah, here, let me see it. Find out paperwork really quick.
So Everybody's Brewing is up in White Salmon. We've both been there. I think we had didn't we have a brew from them last week too? I'm 90% sure we did.
Pretty positive.
I think the second beer we had was from Everybody's Brewing.
I can't find it. I'm not fast enough, apparently. Malt forward.
Nah, too far, man. Anyway,
Opulent.
it's an IPA. It's from Everybody's Brewing, and it's called Cowpunk. So, cheers, Zach. It's like everybody got quiet for us to tip our glasses back.
Yeah, that was very nice of them, actually.
That's pretty cool.
Guys, it has 6.5 ABV, 65 IBUs. It is $7 for a 16-ounce pour. And it's an American IPA. That's all they got the information on it.
All right, cool.
Dun, dun, dun. So, Tim, what have you been up to this week?
I've been up to stuff and things.
Things and stuff?
Yep.
Have you been putting things in?
You know what I wanted to do Saturday? What I really wanted to do after work?
Get stoned.
No.
Go to a strip club.
I mean, maybe, but no.
Go to a sex dungeon.
No.
Go to some weird place in downtown Portland. You probably shouldn't.
You're getting
be at,
warmer,
but-
yes, actually.
Okay.
There was the Prayer Patriots
you wanted to go punch clowns in the face.
No, Nazis.
Oh.
I wanted to help the clowns.
Oh.
There was actually
I got
angry.
this backwards.
There's-
I'm glad I didn't go.
There was angry grannies counter-protesting, and I am happy that Joey Gibson, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He only got 5% of the vote up here. He's a douchebag running for Congress, and he's always in Portland starting problems. And I wanted to go punch his little Proud Boys and Prayer Patriots in the face,
They're
but
so proud.
But I didn't.
But you didn't.
I didn't. Instead, I hung out with you and had lunch.
Yep. Dinner.
Late. Yeah, it was at 4 o'clock, so I don't know what you call that.
I don't know what the hell you call it. It's my son's dinner.
But before that, I actually did 2 things.
You were busy as hell.
I ran around like a maniac. I stopped at Brick House and had a really quick beer and left a $5 tip
Because fuck Nazis.
Yeah, because that same Joey Gibson got kicked out of there and made a big Facebook live video telling people to leave negative Yelp reviews and blah, blah, blah. So,
Which, by the way, you stopped. Congratulations. Good on you.
Yep. So I stopped there, and then Vancouver at the Esther Short Park was having a cold brew festival. Now, I got out of work
You
around...
should probably explain what cold brew is. Maybe not everybody knows what cold brew is.
Cold brew is coffee that's brewed without heat. So it ends up being a lot smoother, not as acidic, because it takes longer to brew, and the oils from the coffee beans get released differently. You can heat it up later if you want, and make traditional hot coffee, or you can just drink it cold, which this time of year is a really good option. So there was a cold brew festival, and it was kind of shutting down because it was 2:15 by the time I got there, and it's set up a lot like a beer festival where you buy a pint glass and a bunch of tokens, and the lowest tier was $20 for a pint glass and 15 tokens.
I'm really depressed they didn't give you a coffee mug.
It's cold brew, dude.
I know, but still.
Especially when it's nitro, that sort of makes sense.
Okay.
But I'm looking around and I'm looking around and like some people are actually closing down. Like even the places places that are still open, because I was like there the last hour of the festival.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not buying 15 tokens, so I'm like, okay, look, the pint glass is $5, right? I'm like, yeah. So is it $1 a token? They're like, well, kinda, yeah. We're not really selling them that way. I'm like, look, I'll buy the pint glass and I'll buy 4 tokens.
Yeah, I'll give you $9.
Yep. And then they're like, okay. So I went around.
I mean, what leg do they have to stand on if everybody's closing down? Like,
Yeah.
You're like, dude, the people I want here are gone.
Honestly, they should have almost just given it to me at that point with a pint glass, but whatever.
They offered you a free pint glass on the way out.
They did, because I had a ton of them left. So I tried a bunch of nitros, and they were the only ones that were available. I think 2 or 3 of them, and then one normal non-nitro. That was cool. Got to see some friends of mine that live locally, and
Oh, nice.
They were
Like
actually
downtown
they
locally or something.
well they a coffee via, but they're starting their
Oh,
own
cool.
their own roastery, and
Really?
they were kind of the main sponsors of the event, so that was cool.
That's cool.
Then I hang out with lunch with you, but you'll talk about that later. So, yeah, after that, I met my friend Dale at the Clark County Fairground.
You were such a big helper.
I had not known that this was a thing, but I guess every year for the last 15 years, there's been this thing called the Special Kids Rodeo.
So is it like it's like kids with special needs?
Yes.
We should emphasize what this is.
Yeah, all sorts of different special needs.
Yeah.
You get to go to this rodeo, and cowboy volunteers such as myself just kind of
So
hang out
cool.
and stay with them just to make sure they're safe and have fun. And you ride into the
Is it like this is event only for them? Like there's like an area at the fairground, or like there are like other
it's like a
people
big
that
horse.
come through?
It's a big horse stadium, so they do other things in that
Oh, cool.
space.
Yeah, yeah.
But during that time, yes, it's just for them.
Sweet, awesome.
So you ride like wagons in horse-drawn wagons into the event center, and you all pile out, and then you get into lines, like 4 lines, and you do a whole bunch of different things, like roping a plastic cow, like running up and hold.
Do you get like assigned a kid when they get there? Like, hey,
Yes.
you're going to be this
Yes.
guy's cowboy.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So you
Yes.
stick with the same kid the whole
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Cool.
So I stayed with my little guy was real active. He actually did not like all the crowd around on the wagon and took off running.
Oh, shit.
Right after the wagon stopped, and ran halfway across the auditorium until I caught up. And I followed him so fast, I kind of sprained my finger getting off, and I ripped the sole of my right shoe off.
Ooh.
So I was on a horse.
Were parents there too, or no?
Yes, but they were mostly in the stands. Yeah, anyway, that's all I'm going to say
You
about
didn't
that.
grab a lasso and just lasso the kid?
No, I think that probably would have been frowned upon.
Gotcha.
But after that, kind of settled down, had some good times.
So, no, like, what'd you do with him? You like,
So I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So we got on lines. We had first just a race to like the barrel and back, just to get used to the idea of kind of running.
Yeah.
And then we ran back and untied a braid from a goat.
okay.
So we got to kind of play with the goat that way. And then we lassoed a plastic cow
Nice.
with a rope. And that was fun.
That's awesome.
And wheelbarrow.
Did you get to try it?
No, I let him do it.
Did
yeah,
he get it?
he did it great.
Nice.
I held the back end of the rope just as we were running. And then we did a wheelbarrow race, and I was like, look, since he was like really active, I'm like, I'll make you a deal. If you stay in the wheelbarrow, I'll push you really fast. But you got to stay in the wheelbarrow, okay? He's like, okay. So I pushed him really fast. He loved that. And then the last thing was getting to ride a horse.
Like a full-size horse
Yep.
pony.
No, it was a horse.
Nice.
Like I had to lift up pretty high.
Damn.
And then he rode around some barrels, and that was pretty cool. And then afterwards, there's like an award ceremony. They get like a little trophy and everything, and
That's awesome.
and a stuffed a stuffed pig. It was a really cool event. I just wish I'd known more ahead of time because I didn't really have any cowboy. I borrowed a hat from the organizers, and I just had like t-shirt and jeans.
I already kind of said that we'd do it again next year. So
Yeah, I love how you volunteer me for stuff. That's like my
Yeah.
favorite thing.
I know. You loved it so much this year. You're gonna do it again next year.
It was good. It was. I mean, you know me. I'm an introvert, and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff freaks me out. But it was good, and I'm really. Even if I don't do it, it's really cool that this thing exists.
Yeah.
So today we did have an Adventure Time Tuesday, or not today.
Yesterday.
Really short. Wow, it's like I was there watching the TV show.
Yep. See.
I had work, and my daughter.
Show.
My daughter was home, but my son was at camp. Anyway, it had to be really short. So we drove to Stark Street Pizza, which we've been to before. It's like old school pizzeria. It's got like the Mario Brothers cabinet, which I took a picture of because like Mario and Luigi don't look like anything like they do anymore.
No.
And we took the table next to the stuffed bear, who's called Fuzzy Wuzzy. It's like a literal stuffed bear behind glass.
Like a legit real
Yeah,
bear.
it's a bear. Like it's a
Wow.
stuffed bear.
How's the pizza?
It's good. It's really crispy, thin crust, and it's got the little tiny pepperonis that curl up.
Yeah.
And the salad bar is
Is it like old school, like Italian American pizza?
it's just old school. Like the salad bar actually has like more stuff on it than the sweet tomatoes. It's got like turkey and ham
Oh shit! So it's like a legit place.
and
How much does it run?
ambrosia. With the salad bar is $11.95 with a pizza.
It's not bad.
Yeah, just a pizza, a personal pizza with 3 toppings
You're
is
gonna have to remind me the name of it so I can go down there.
$6.95, and then it was another $5. But get the salad bar. Like it's
Yeah.
if you like old school like grandma's salad bar, like this
Yeah.
is ambrosia, potato salad.
Yeah.
All the toppings. Like it was really long.
that's
Like
awesome.
it was cool. And I got a beer. I got the beer. My daughter didn't know anything about beer. She said, "Get that one." I'm like, okay. Fortunately, she picked a pale ale, and it wasn't terrible. And so it was like $1 more between a pint and 25 ounces.
Holy shit!
So I was like, I wasn't really planning on even having a beer, but she's like, you should get this Mirror Pond. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, well, do you want Mirror Pond Pale Ale? It's fine. That's the one she picked for me. So he's like, do you want 16 ounce or 25 ounce? I'm like, what's the difference in price? $1. I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Getting a half a beer for $1.
Yeah.
I mean, you're stupid if you don't. So after that, we went to the Grotto, which I think we've done at least twice now on Adventure Time Tuesday.
That's like the monk thing, right?
Yeah. So we go to the observatory overlooking Portland. Best place to read in Portland, man. We both read our books for like half hour, 40 minutes.
If I actually bring like a legit book, or can I bring my like Surface in there with like the comic book stuff on it?
I mean, you do whatever you want. Like, people go there and meditate. People go in there and pray. People go in there and sleep. I go there to read.
Okay.
Okay. I think as long as you're not like watching porn, they won't really do anything. That'd be pretty sacrilegious. I'm joking, Zach. You should not watch porn at a holy ground.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, you go up this giant elevator.
I'm sure there's like nun porn or something.
I think that'd be even worse, Zach, actually.
Oh.
So that's what I
I'm
did.
just going to shut up now then.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Actually, don't shut up. Tell me what you did this week.
Okay. Well, first off, hold on.
Okay.
You said that your wife had gone away for like a while. Do you want to talk about that or no?
No, I'm fine talking about it. APCO is an organization, professional organization she's a part of. And recently she did this massive CAD project. CAD is like the computer system that directs everything in a 911.
Like the brainchild for 911, right?
It's where you input all the inputs and all the output. Like, if you want to page out a police officer, you put it in there. If you want to type in what's going on with the call, you put it in there.
Yeah.
It's like the communication hub for everything.
Yeah.
And she had to replace it for not just her location, but at least 3 others.
I think she did 3 or
Washington
4.
County, Clackamas County, and I want to say there's one more.
Wasn't Portland, was it?
I don't think so, but don't quote me on that.
But yeah, anyways.
But she did this amazing, huge project. Her and her team pulled it through. So it wasn't just her getting the award, but she was the first woman to get this award.
Yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to bring it up, because she was the very first woman ever to get this award.
And she was in Vegas, and my daughter had fun in Vegas. I wasn't there, so I can't speak to everything, but I know that they saw the Blue Man Group. They did a CSI experience, and they saw the typical stuff like the volcano, the stuff that you can see from the sidewalk.
What were those fucking hats they had on their head?
Oh, they went to Dick's, which is a restaurant that I would love to work at. You get to be just totally rude to people and like make fun of them, and then at the end of the meal, you write a hat on, basically insulting them.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't say what their hat said, but they were funny. Anyway, what were you up to?
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So this week, guys, like Tim said, my son and I and Tim all went out to dinner. We went and had a really good dinner. We had like a tuna melt sandwich.
It was a Tombo tuna, not just like tuna in a can. It was good ass tuna.
And like a giant fucking bowl of fries.
That was huge. You asked for a side of fries, and it was something showed up like, I don't know, 25 ounces of fries.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was huge. Other than that, this weekend was a father-son weekend. My wife is a teacher, so she had to go set up her classroom. She has switched grades. So I gave her the whole weekend to do it. So my son and I hung out the whole entire weekend. We went down to the Saturday Farmers Market, and that's really cool and a really good place to go and a lot of fun and stuff. But Esther Shore Park, man, it's just fucking being destroyed.
It's full of homeless people.
So much that, like, I couldn't even like let my kid, like, I had to like hold his hand, and like he did like the play structure and like the play area fine, but like he's so tall that like most people think that he's older than he is, and so he like tries to go down like the big slide and stuff, and the upper areas of the play structure are designed to where he can get to it because he's the right height now, but like they have no fucking guardrails up there. So I'm the fucking crazy dad, like pulling myself up over the side and like grabbing my son, looking like I'm kidnapping a child, and
awesome.
Yeah, so that was awkward as hell. And then I was like, oh, we're gonna go run out in the park. So I brought like a picnic stuff, brought a bunch of food for us, like snacks and stuff for him, and a couple of drinks and stuff, and set up everything. And he was fine. He's playing around in the blanket and stuff. And like out of nowhere, a shitload of fucking homeless people just like come up and like they start sitting up like all around us. I'm like right where he was running, like I don't want to be like rude or anything. Like I'm sure there's probably some nice homeless people out there, but some of them I've donated time at homeless shelters have mental issues, and I don't know if that guy has a mental issue or not, or that girl, or if they're on anything, or what their situation is. I don't want my 1.5-year-old son running up and trying to talk to them while I'm on the blanket, like 30 feet away. So, Esther Shore Park, like, when I was younger, was like a great place. You could go, you could run around, not have to worry about anything. And like now, it's just literally like sleeping bags in the bushes, tents tucked away in bushes. Like the bathroom stall that like I like saw something come out of had like a tent propped up inside of it, and I'm like, really? Like it's just getting like destroyed, and so that kind of sucks.
Yep.
But other than that, another great thing about downtown Vancouver is the Smoke and Oak. So my son and I went over to the Smoke and Oak.
What'd you have?
I am a sucker for their fucking mac and cheese brisket.
Okay.
That is just to die for. And so I had one of those. You got a side of coleslaw. You got a tasty treat. And we just chilled there. I mean, he ate a bunch of raisins and stuff. I found out he doesn't like coleslaw. So
Okay.
that's weird. He usually likes everything. But he can't really have like dairy products right now. I had the same issue when I was his age, so I'm not too worried about it. But a lot of this stuff has dairy on it. So he ate some brisket, and I got him a little bit. Well, I didn't get him. Thanks to my awesome hostess, she went and got him a little plate of brisket and like brought it out free of charge.
Nice.
Gave it to him. And I gotta say, their brisket. Have you had it before?
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
This twice in a row they were out of it.
What?
So it took 3 visits before I could actually get the brisket.
Oh wow. So yeah,
Like I went one time when all they had was chicken left.
That sucks.
It's like I don't really. We actually ended up leaving, so I'm like, I don't really want chicken.
Yeah. But so we've always had really good service there. Everybody's super friendly. The beer's good. Surprisingly, I thought they had something against Lewitt Brewing, which is their next door neighbor. Because the previous times they've never had a Lewitt beer on tap.
Okay.
And they had a Lewitt beer on tap, which was like the... Oh, no, wait. They did have a Lewitt beer on tap. I did not get it. I got the Real Slim Shady from Fortside Brewing. And it's definitely not their fluff. So they had the Orange Whip.
Isn't it the Real Haze Shady or something? It's not quite the Slim Shady. It's something...
Real Hazy Shady or something.
Something like that.
And
Real Slim Hazy? I don't know.
I don't remember. It's an IPA of some kind. But it's definitely not their Orange Whip. So I had a taster of it. It was okay. But yeah. Anyways, so that is basically what I've been up to this week, other than the fact that I'm literally the only administrator at my shop this week. So since Monday,
You had some shit go down.
yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about that, but you had some shit go down.
I mean, I guess that's very true. One of the barrels that we use to make this.
So what is that?
So it's literally a 55-gallon or a 50-gallon drum,
Okay.
and we fill it with a liquid that we make. It's called tack cloth. It's like you grind a car all the way. You take off all the paint, and then you use a tack cloth to get all the mini molecules and particles off of the metal for like the next fabrication of paint. And then in between the paint layers, you use it to get like the overspray and stuff off of it.
Right.
And sometimes it acts up a little bit. This liquid is at a 250, 260 degrees, and it just so happened that it was going to. Oh, it's called the Real Slim Hazy.
I was looking it up for you while you're talking.
Thank you. It decided to blow up on me. So my whole entire room was filled with 260-degree liquid pouring all over the place, which I promptly stopped. The problem is I lined my floor with cardboard, which ignites at a certain degree, and it smolders at about 200. So, got that all cleaned up and everything, but the worst part about it is I had to rip everything out of the room and put down all new cardboard. Luckily,
You said it was going to take 2 days, but I got the sense you...
I just got done finishing it today.
Okay.
So,
it looked like from your pictures that you took care of a majority of it in one day.
I took about 3/4 of it in one day. Granted, I literally stopped running it at like 11:30 in the morning, and it took until 6:30 when I left.
So Zach's all alone being the old administrator, and then disaster
Then this
strikes.
happens.
So he's working like double time and a half.
Not only am I trying to get not only am I trying to manufacture product, I'm also answering all the telephone calls because nobody else knows how to answer phones. I'm also answering all emails for all 3 accounts. I'm also answering all production orders. And I'm also putting in all orders. And I'm also packing all the orders. And I'm shipping and receiving every single thing that's coming in and out. So since Monday, I have put orders in for 5 hours a day. I have packed orders for 5 hours a day. And then the next morning I go in 30 minutes early, ship everything that I did the day before for the next hour and a half to 2 hours, then sit back down and put orders in again. It's been a living fucking nightmare. It's been very long, and the maker's mark in the bottom of my cabinet at the shop looks very, very fucking tempting. So,
I mean, that's what it's there for.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that off air. Not me, but somebody else at my shop. So yeah, and then other than that, I got a nice little email saying that there's a podcast festival in Portland, Oregon. I'm trying to convince Tim to go sit in front of people.
Yeah, I don't really want to do this in front of a live audience is the thing. I'm an introvert.
I mean, Maker's Mark is the advertiser. We might be able to convince him to be like, look, we drink during our show. We need a bottle on stage with some ice.
I literally won't do it if we can't drink during it. Like that's against our...
Yeah,
we can't do our show without
we
drinking.
Can't do it if we can't drink.
No.
We'll have to use the ink whiskey flask. We'll be like, we're just pouring apple juice. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're wincing because that apple juice is really strong.
Exactly. So yeah, that's all I really did this week. But you want to talk some news?
Yeah, let's do some news.
All right, guys. The very first news story. I found this fucking hysterical. So we all know Tekken 7 or Tekken in general randomly will license characters from other other shows or not shows but other universes.
Yep.
And so now they have gone upon themselves and licensed Negan, the brutalest person ever in the Walking Dead series, with a barbed-wired baseball bat named Lucille. Is he becoming as a Tekken 7 playable character? And it's becoming in its season 2 of content. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So not with the launch of the game, but later.
No, it's going to be, in season 2. Which I don't really know what that means. But basically, Harada came out on Twitter and said, with Lucille, haha, nice idea. He is a historic villain, but he is too weak as a fighter, in my honest opinion. Which, I don't really know if that's necessary. But Tekken Season 1 DLC included Fatal Fury's Geese Howard and Final Fantasy IX's Noctis. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy to see a Walking Dead character, and I kind of want to play it now just for that one DLC.
Cool. So my son loves Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and I bought it again for Nintendo Switch, and I'll probably actually do a quick lookup for it for the ButtonSmashers.com. I bought
recently?
it. Yeah, last week.
Oh, nice.
But this is something I did not know about it. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is originally it was going to be a Legend of Zelda title. It started.
What type of title? Like a Tingle's Adventure Time?
Well, okay. So this is an interview with Polygon from Shinya Hiratake, and he's the game director for Captain Toad. The studio started out with the concept of a diorama-style stage with a character who couldn't jump. It would be a set of small sandboxes with hidden nooks and camera control as a central ingredient. The natural solution was to use Link, since exploration is a core part of his series. That idea was ultimately shelved and revived later when a character of Captain Toad was introduced in the Super Mario Galaxy. When Hiratake realized that Captain Toad was a small character with a heavy backpack, it fell into place. We thought Link would be a little too courageous and he would want to fight enemies with his weapons, Hiratake said. Captain Toad is still courageous, but maybe a little bit weaker, and by having a character we thought we could have the player focus on geography and turning the camera. That kind of gameplay in the end I think worked out really well. So Captain Toad still takes on bosses as originally intended, but he doesn't fight them the way Link would. Instead, boss gameplay is mostly about avoiding danger and springing traps. And unlike Link, Captain Toad isn't driven by heroism or valor. He's more like a cute and cuddly version of their gritty antagonist Wario. I really just wanted to make him someone that loves treasure, and you can feel that from him, Hiratake said. I think honestly, Captain Toad is someone who doesn't really care what's going on. When he sees treasure, he's like, I want it. You know, I do question his loyalty to the Mushroom Kingdom a little bit. I think of him like a crow that loves shiny things or a moth to a flame. He just loves treasure so much that he can't think about anything else. He's just so happy finding treasure. So that's just cool to know that it was. I could totally see like Link exploring these little dioramas.
Oh, totally.
But it makes sense. Like they chose not to, since he would, fight more. So that was just a cool little thing to find out.
Not only that, like I think that people might have had an issue with it.
What's that?
I think people might have had an issue with it being a Zelda game.
Maybe. I kind of wish there was DLC now that would let you go through the stages, even if it's just a skin swap.
I think that what would have been really cool is being the guy, Beetle, you know who I'm talking about from The Legend of Zelda?
Yeah.
He's a gentleman with a backpack that goes around, you like buy and sell shit to him.
Right.
I think playing as him in this would have been...
That would be cool, but he's too obscure. Like, everybody knows Toad.
Yeah, that's true. Fucking Toad.
Yeah. What's our last story?
I didn't realize I was doing it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, ladies and gentlemen, has been underneath some hot controversy because of the director.
James Gunn wrote some tweets that were not so good.
But they were like years ago.
I know.
They were years ago, and I feel personally that somebody can grow within 5 years and change their opinion.
Yes.
And maybe the person nowadays...
I'm looking at someone now that's grown a little bit, has still some growth to do.
A little bit.
Made some jokes in poor taste in the past.
Maybe.
Probably shouldn't be allowed to direct
Guardians of
the Galaxy, but that's for different reasons.
Maybe.
All the aliens have big boobs. I don't care if they're male.
Yep, see? But basically, one of the main actors, Dave Bautista, has came out, and even though he's under contract for Volume 3, has been quoted as saying, nobody's defending his tweets, but this was a smear campaign on a good man who has changed. Bautista said, I spoke to Chris Pratt the day after it happened, and although he's a bit religious, so he wanted to pray and figure it out, but I was more like, fuck this is bullshit. James is one of the kindest, most decent people I've ever met. Where I'm at right now is that if Marvel doesn't use a script that he wrote, then I'm going to ask them to release me from my contract, cut me out of the recast, or cut me out or recast me, and I'd be doing James a disservice if I didn't do this.
Cool.
So I'm glad that a company like Marvel is taking social media seriously.
Well, Disney, really.
Well, Disney, yes. But I'm also disheartened by the fact that people can't admit that somebody can change within. I think that these tweets are like the beginning of Twitter.
Yeah, they were just really jokes in really poor taste. Like, some people were saying he meant what he was saying, and it's very clear that he didn't actually mean what he was saying. It was just jokes in very, very, very poor taste. They were like,
whether or not they were good, they were meant or they weren't meant. If they weren't meant, then this is even dumber. But even if they were meant, that was 5 years ago, and maybe
it's a little different
talking
about a tweet versus actually abusing someone, which is like why a lot of people were dumped by the movie industry for the Me Too movement. And that's doing something. This is saying something, which I don't know. Yes, there should be repercussions, but they kind of took it pretty far.
And when you have to believe that this gentleman's already put a lot of time and effort into possibly writing Volume 3 already, to have it dumped and not get paid for his work.
I guarantee you if they go a different direction entirely, it will not do that well. I have a very strong feeling about that.
So that brings us to the end of the news section, guys. You want to talk some tech?
Sure.
I'm everywhere.
Okay. This week, guys, we're switching up Tech Talk, and I am going to pick Tim's brain.
Okay.
So, I have the fans out of my computer case that are LED. Remember my old ones that got replaced, the 7 of them?
Yep.
How would I go about making a Pi, Raspberry Pi, that would control them? Can Raspberry Pi run Windows operating systems?
I don't believe so.
Fuck.
But they can do Linux.
Maybe these programs run on Linux?
I have to think that there's a way you could run fans on a
But have the controlling of the lighting.
So what do you want to do exactly?
Well, what I want to do is get a Raspberry Pi with a Bluetooth adapter
Okay.
so that I can connect it to my phone to play music through
Okay.
and have the fans react to the music. So I can hang them on the wall in different areas, and each fan will react to the music that's being transmitted to it.
Okay. So I'm Googling Raspberry Pi fan controller, and there's multiple articles. So I
Okay.
have to think it's possible.
All right.
Just on.
Just on a quick 5-second Google
So
search.
how much programming experience do you have?
I mean, I went to college a little bit for it. I did like a year.
Okay. So you might have to get into Python and do some stuff.
Okay.
From what I'm seeing here. But yeah, I think it's doable. I think you should do some searching.
Sweet.
So, walk me through though, like what this looks like. You got your fans on a wall. You got the Raspberry Pi somehow controlling them. When I look at your wall and listen to your music, what's going on?
Well, I'd like the fans to just like light up different colors according to the music, so it looks kind of like
And they're just mounted on the wall.
that. Or I was thinking underneath where all the game systems are. I have 7 of them.
Yeah,
I could have those whole entire areas lit up, and then I could just cycle like the rainbow or something underneath there.
that'd be cool. That'd probably be even easier if you weren't syncing it to music. If you just
Yeah.
had it on a set pattern.
And I wouldn't need to have a Bluetooth or anything at that point.
Yeah, I think you might want to go that way. Just set a set pattern that you program.
Yeah. And
And then the benefit would be you'd keep your systems cool.
it's very true.
So I actually like that better than the wall.
All right, sounds good. Well, we're going to go ahead and try to figure that out.
Okay.
And we'll report back on a future Tech Talk.
If we do figure that out, we should maybe consider like writing up how we did it.
That'd be cool. That'd be a good article.
Somebody else might want to run with that idea or expand on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, are you ready to take a break and fill our glasses again?
Yeah, I am. So we will be right back after this music break. And we are back. Tasty treats in hand this time, ladies and gentlemen. Tim, what are we drinking?
We are drinking the Melvin Citradamus, kind of like the Nostradamus.
Okay.
It is a Imperial IPA from Melvin Brewing Company. Let me get some stats for you here. Sorry, pulling it up right now. As I said, it's an Imperial IPA. It is a dank ass Citra hops. It's got a 9.5 ABV and 88 IBUs. And it's supposed to be really good, but I just want to drink it, honestly.
All right, sounds good.
So
Cheers. That's really good.
It's very smooth at the end.
It's very smooth.
I was expecting more of that dank hops, but it's
Yeah.
there. It's just not overpowering.
Yeah,
So, you ready to kick it?
let's kick it. I think we did that backwards this time. That's fucked up.
What do you mean?
Usually I say, you ready to kick it? You say, let's kick
We're
it.
mixing it up.
Oh, wow, shit. All right. Yeah, well, I guess we'll mix up even more, guys. I'm going to kick us off this week with Proto Ball, a first-person sports shooter.
Wait, first person,
Sports shooter.
mind blown.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and let them talk about it real quick.
Hello, I'm Zachary Spradlin, and I'm the creator of Protoball. Protoball is a futuristic FPS esports game being built from the ground up to be an esport. Yet it's casual enough that any skill level can hop in the game and have a good time. The game is essentially a futuristic blend of basketball or soccer/football with FPS mechanics, athletic movement, and intense competitive action. Teams of up to 5 players face off trying to outscore each other. Matches are 5 minutes long and very intense. The gameplay is fast-paced and athletic. You're never going to feel sluggish. You're never going to feel like you're walking through mud. You'll never fight against the game itself. The game is familiar yet very unique, easy to learn and hard to master. Athletic movement enables players to move how they want with agility. Protoball will have matchmaking, competitive and casual modes, rankings, leaderboards, leagues complete with seasons, and weekend tournaments and brackets. Similar to how guilds and clans operate in other games, you'll be able to create your own team within the game with custom uniforms. Protoball provides enhanced spectator features for a richer broadcast experience. Anyone will be able to host and cast their own tournaments and exhibition games. This will also include Twitch integrations that affect in-game emotes, audience cheers, and visual effects. Players will have deep levels of customization to choose from. Protoball will feature an ever-growing library of cosmetic items so that you will always be able to make your character truly yours. From clothing items to accessories, nearly all aspects of your character will be customizable. If real money is involved, you'll be able to purchase precisely what you want. Random loot boxes are for free drops. In Protoball, you'll always be able to buy the specific item that you want, with some exceptions like exclusives and limited editions. And while the game might look pretty good right now, none of this is final. Everything is a placeholder. This is our prototype. Everything will be upgraded, from the VFX, the models, the graphics, everything gets better. So, why me? My whole life I've been playing video games. It started on my cousin's NES, and then my dad got us a Sega Genesis for Christmas, and then a PlayStation. Then he helped me build my first PC, and this changed everything. When Quake and Unreal Tournament came out, I was exposed to a world of gaming that I immediately fell in love with. Steam came out, and I started playing Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat competitively. This was a dream come true. Fatality had proven that you could make gaming your profession. So my friends and I started a team, and we got to practicing. Late nights until 3 a.m., scrimming and trying to get good enough into Cal Maine. Eventually I did. However, when I went to college, I put the games on hold for a while. Then the recession hit America, and I had to come back to help the family business. We made it through the recession despite great challenges, and when we came out on the other side, I was able to double our sales and sustain growth. From there, my role in the company, my responsibilities, and my compensation all increased. I'd gotten quite content. I had found some success, and I was happy with it. However, my passion still lied in games. I'm grateful for the hands-on experience that running my family's business had given me, traveling to China, Korea, Tokyo, Europe, all across America. I learned how to manage and run a business. Now I want to manage and run a business in an industry that I'm excited and passionate about. I'm going to take my hands-on business experience and apply it to a lifelong love affair with video games. We need more good games, and good games are difficult to make. There have been many failures in this industry that we're all familiar with. I intend to learn from everyone else's mistakes to ensure that Protoball is a success. Our prime directive has always been to make the best game possible and give the players what they want. To make Protoball the best game possible, it's going to require more capital than I have. This is why I'm asking you to pledge your support. I'm seeking the bare minimum that we would need in order to finish the next phase of development and release Protoball. I've built a talented team of Unreal Engine 4 developers, many of them volunteering their work to bring this prototype to you right now. With your support, we can take this prototype and polish it to a AAA level that we're all proud of. And together, we will all make Protoball a reality.
So, as you guys just heard, he's very inspired by other esports and video games of past. Basically, what I can break this down to is Rocket League as a person, and you're throwing the ball like basketball. So it's kind of cool. It's got the futures. Just like fucking Rocket League. You jump and you go sky high, and when you get in the goal, everybody is flying across the arena. It's pretty cool. It's a futuristic esports game, FPS mechanics. Grounded competitive esport build. Teams face off against each other in arena style, trying to pass the pro ball through the goal in order to score. The arena is split into 3, 2, and 1 point zones. Added a reward for harder, longer shots. Players can pull up energy shield to block the ball. They can shoot the energy shield to destroy their players or deflect the ball away from or into the goal. Players can dash into other opponents, which will stun and hit players. If they possess the ball, they'll fumble or drop the ball. Matches last about 5 minutes in length, and the highest score wins. Cool. So they're looking for $25,000 US. They're currently at 6,091. 42 backers, 13 days ago. $5 gets you their sincere gratitude and credits in the game. $10 gets you one digital copy of the game, and the granddaddy of them all, the producer, $10,000. Get producer credits in the game as well as previous rewards. Meet the devs at a convention or esports event where Protoball is being played. No event is currently scheduled. This will be coordinated with the backer, and the location will be based on their continent/preference. Backers responsible for their flight will take care of the convention, event tickets, and hotel. So that's cool. You'll get to hang out with the devs all convention long, and we'll go out to dinner and a night on the town. There's 3 of those available, and 3 left. So $10,000, guys. You get to go be the granddaddy producer of it all.
Sure, I got that lying around.
What do you got?
Oh, me? I got the jump gate. So we've been talking about how certain Switch third-party docks will brick your system. And these guys have tested extensively a versatile dock for Switch and smart devices. So not just for your Switch, but also for possibly your laptop, for your phone. I'll let them talk more about it now.
We launched Grip Case last year with the help of Kickstarter community. It's amazing. We can't thank you enough for your support and enthusiasm. This time, we've come back for the dock, introducing the Jump Gate, a warp towards better gaming. With its pop-up design, the Jump Gate is a sleek and portable dock. It's small and even smaller. The core drive can disengage from the main dock, making it easily switchable between dock mode and hub mode. Just pack and go. With JumpGate, you are able to dock your Switch with or without protective cases. It's compatible with most third-party cases on the market. The JumpGate can automatically switch from TV mode to tabletop mode if there is no signal coming from the HDMI port. Now, you are able to play with your Switch in tabletop mode without worrying about running out of juice. You can use your core drive on your laptop, such as a MacBook. It provides all the ports you need in daily life. Don't look awkward with dongles when carrying your laptop around. The JumpGate can be used on smartphones too. It can turn your smartphone into a computer if your smartphone has the DeX function like Samsung Galaxy S9 and S8. Expand the storage capacity of your phone with the OTG function. Hi, I'm Mo.
Hi, I'm Dan.
After 6 months of testing and improvements, we're finally ready for mass production. So, if you're looking for an ideal dock for your Switch and other electronic devices, it's just a click away to help JumpGate into existence. Thank you for your support.
So as you just heard, Skull & Company has spent a long time developing this sleek and portable dock, which switch between a dock and a hub mode to work with your Switch, laptop, smartphone. They have spent 8 months testing it. They did 100 hours non-stop charging tests using the power delivered chips in the JumpGate dock to see if they delivered proper voltage and amperage to the Switch according to its battery level. They did a firmware update test. They updated the firmware on the console. They used plugging test. They took the Switch in and out and see whether the JumpGate dock would automatically switch between TV and tabletop mode when the USB-C and HDMI was connected or disconnected. And they explored why other docks were bricking Switches. So some people say that the Nintendo Switch and dock are chock full of USB-C protocol errors and flaws. We have a different opinion. The USB-C protocol, the PD protocol, has to be amended in order to prevent the system from being hacked and meet Nintendo's prospects in the future. If what Nintendo said about the Switch only being compatible with licensed accessories was true, Nintendo should have designed a unique, different shaped socket instead of installing a universal C port, or put warning stickers on the Switch and dock. They should have known that people, especially kids, would plug any number of devices into the Switch's USB-C port. We believe Nintendo's engineers conducted compatibility tests with thousands of existing USB-C devices, adapters, battery banks, hubs, etc. during the testing procedure. However, Nintendo underestimated the potential risks, and there are many products made by small companies that do not follow the USB-C PD protocols. Nintendo did not give Switch proper protection, and this is the reason why Switch can be bricked by certain accessories, but smartphones and laptops have survived. As long as the protocols in the accessory are in accordance with the PD protocol standards, they should work perfectly with the Nintendo Switch. The Nyko dock had PD protocol errors. PD protocol errors. That's hard
Protocol
to say.
errors.
PD protocol error. There's PD. Power draw. It has to do with the power draw.
Okay.
And since the Switch has a battery, like that power draw changes depending on what it's doing, how much battery power it has. It drew too much power to the Switch and damaged the power management component. So it was taking in too much power. It's complicated. Anyway, they figured it out. This should be safe for your Switch. Let's talk about backing levels. $2 gets you a virtual hug. $25 Australian or 19 US gets you a dock only, not the core drive. Early bird's gone for the next level. Player set gets the dock at the backer price, which is probably what you want. You get the jump gate dock and the core drive. The gamer set going up from there is 59 US. Gets a dock, an AC adapter, and a core drive. And then there's a retailer distributor pack for what's the price on that? Oh, sorry, $518 gets you 10 docks and adapters, basically. That's the jump gate dock. You can learn more about it on Kickstarter.com. I encourage you to read it because it's complicated, but it's pretty cool what it can do. You can charge your phone on it. If you have a certain type of smartphone, you can actually use it as a hub, like for storage for your phone. All sorts of crazy stuff. You can,
Sweet.
You can make a USB hub for your laptop.
That's awesome.
Some crazy stuff. What's your next one?
Finding the Curve.
Oh, dear God.
Flat Earth documentary. So, guys, these filmmakers went on a quest to find the edge of the world after coming to the realization that the Earth might actually be flat.
It's not flat.
Tim, it's flat. Are we sitting on something flat right now, Tim?
It's just curved so slightly we can't notice.
Tim, is this flat?
Just because
is this table flat, Tim?
It's a man-made device. Your argument's invalid.
Tim, is this table flat?
Roughly.
Tim, is this table flat?
I said roughly. Again, it's man-made. It doesn't have anything.
So we're not circular Earth. We're more of like a UFO-shaped Earth. Is that what you're saying?
No. We're more like
the photos are wrong?
No, I'm saying that we're like a basketball, not a UFO.
We're going to go ahead and let them talk about it, Tim.
I should tell you that I edited this down because it was 11 minutes long. So I took a piece from the beginning, a piece from the middle, and a piece at the end.
It's very true.
Alright, so, what if I told you that the Earth was actually flat?
If the world were flat and Antarctica was what kept the Earth together, who's to say that this flat Earth is just part of a bigger, flatter, with like multiple Earths or multiple universes? And it kind of seems like if it is flat, there's more to the adventure. What else is out there?
I almost quit last night. I'm probably gonna destroy all my dreams with this documentary.
So, as we just heard from Tim's doctored audio, I should say,
I just
of how the Earth is flat.
Those are all his words.
Yeah.
All right, I particularly like the guy who literally took a bong hit, or not a bong hit, a joint hit, and then said, well, if the Earth's flat, maybe it's connected to other Earths and other dimensions, and it just keeps going and going. It was like, dude, just put the marijuana down,
dude.
It was so bad.
All right, guys. So they're looking for $65,025 US.
It's an oddly specific number.
Yep. They're currently at 1,223. 57 days ago, 16 backers.
16 backers.
$7 gets you a shout out.
$7, not 1 or 5.
Yep, $7.
Again, oddly specific.
There's 2 backers at that level.
I mean, I'm tempted to back it at that level just to see if he shouts us out, and then like I know this won't get funded, so our money's probably safe.
Probably.
But then on the other hand, if he somehow gets funded, I don't want to spend $7 on this idiot.
Well, if we do that, we might as well get $14 and own a digital high-quality copy of the film after the official release and get Kickstarter credit in the end of the film, plus all the love from the reward above.
Can I make my name on the credits? You guys are all fucking morons.
No, we can make it Plug and Play Podcast Flat Earth Expedition.
No, it'd be like Flat Earthers are stupid. That's my name.
Okay, that could work.
Okay.
The big grand of them all, though, is, guys, $6,503
Again,
US dollars.
so oddly fucking specific.
You're coming to the premiere. We
No,
will
I'm not.
fly you out to the movie's premiere.
Wait, they'll fly you out?
They will fly you out
That's
to
a
the
first.
premiere.
Like all of these,
Yeah.
like, make you pay your own airfare.
Where you can meet and hang out with Einer and company.
I guarantee you there'll be plenty of weed.
And anyone else involved with the project, be one of the first people to see the film, have lunch with the filmmaker, and join the after party, Eleanor's treat. Plus everything above except digital premiere. Estimated delivery of that is 2020 of August. August of 2020, I should have said.
2 years from now.
So,
let's not do that.
I mean, we get back at that level and still feel pretty confident that we're not going to have to pay $6,503.
Fairly you put your credit card on that one. I'm not.
Okay. I mean, I'm half tempted. They fly us out, Tim.
I mean,
they fly me out. They leave your ass behind because I'm the one who paid the $6,000.
We would have so much weed. I guarantee that.
That'd be a bummer for me. Be like, hey guys, where's the whiskey and tobacco?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Tim, what do you got for us?
All right, so growing up, Blockbuster Video was a big part of my life. We'd rent like 2 or 3 movies, maybe a game every weekend, and have a good time. And there was like literally
Why would you rent movies?
I know you don't watch movies, but I did. So there's like 2 or 3 around my house. They were all over the nation.
All over the world, weren't they?
Be kind, don't rewind. It was just a part of life.
Yep, that was a very
streaming services, a lot of different things contributed to Blockbusters just going away. And now there's only one in the world. Like a couple months ago, there's one in Alaska, but that one's gone.
And then there was one.
And it's actually pretty close to us in Bend, Oregon.
The one in Alaska was my hometown.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
So this is the last Blockbuster. It's
in the world.
It's a documentary film about the last remaining Blockbuster video.
One Blockbuster.
Remains.
One world.
So I'm going to let them talk about it.
When I was growing up, I loved movies. And I wanted to be in movies. And the closest I could come to working in movies was working at Blockbuster because it had all the new releases. It felt like it was like a direct through line to Hollywood.
Nobody has the movie I want.
Hey, if it's on video, Blockbuster probably has it. I mean, we have over 10,000 videos.
Wow.
I kind of look at these and I'm like, oh, there you are. Like, you were my first love.
Like, movies are how I came to do what I do. And so I would stay up and I would watch, I would rent Back to the Future and, oh, wait a second, Doc, you mean to tell me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? The way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
You always feel good when you start talking about movies you love. And do you remember the first time you saw Caddyshack or the first time you saw Lion King? That's a good feeling. And getting to remember that is just something that you won't experience sitting home on your couch.
At its height, Blockbuster Video used to operate more than 9,000 stores across the country. At one point, it's estimated a new store opened every 17 hours. Now, there will soon just be this one.
We'll soon be down to just one little store where Bend, Oregon is a place.
Like, why is that?
Bend has always been a great movie town. I don't know if it's something in the water. I don't know if it's the air. I don't know what it is.
I think one of the most magical things is the memories you have of going into a video store to rent a video.
Getting in your car with your girlfriend and arguing over what you were going to watch. You had to watch one of her movies so you could watch one of yours. And it was a neat time,
I used to go to Blockbuster and a movie would be sold out. Sold out! And then you would beg the employee, it'd be Saturday night, they'd have a line of like 400 people wrapping around the store and you'd be like, can you go check the drop box for me, please?
Look, people think maybe it was easy to work at Blockbuster. It wasn't. First of all, you take this in from the drop box, you gotta look at it. Is the tape still there? Is it rewound? No. Gotta put it in the rewind machine.
We'd have to call up a customer or put something in the system and say, listen, I'm not gonna charge you this time, but last time you returned some videos, they weren't rewound. Next time I'm going to have to charge you a rewinding fee. I mean, what is that?
There's something that I'll never get over from VHSs.
There was something so magical about those tracking lines and the FBI warnings starting up and
That's probably the biggest thing that people tell us who come to the store. Yeah, we can walk along and look at the movie and turn it around and read what the movie's about.
I remember seeing the box cover on VHS for Adventures in Babysitting and being like, I need that movie now. You don't get that from being like, Netflix, show me the little cover of the little thumbnail, there's something just tactile about that you'll never get again, you know, if it goes away forever.
Stuff comes and stuff goes, and Netflix time will come at some point, and Amazon's time will come at some point. Probably no time in the near future, but you know, the world changes.
Just feeling like the click of closing it back up again after you rewound it, being like, you're all ready to go. It's just the best feeling, you know? Yeah.
All right, so you can back this. Oh, first
One
of all,
buster to rule the world
So
in the
they're-
age of apocalypse.
Let me know when you're done.
During. Never mind. Okay, just continue.
Alright, so
Thanks for putting me on the
$20,000
fucking
with it.
spot.
$20,000 is pretty tight budget for even a documentary, but that's what they're asking for. They got 89 backers with 32 days to go, and they're only at $4,700. So they do have a lot of time to go. So I'm hoping they get funded because I want to watch this.
How much are they?
They're at 47.32, or sorry, 47.43, with 32 days to go. So
Dun dun dun.
yeah, $25 gets you a digital download of The Last Blockbuster plus an actual valid membership card to The Last Blockbuster mailed directly to you.
I want that.
That's the lowest tier. For $35, I think you should bump up to the next $10 because you get also the digital, but also a Blu-ray or DVD and a poster.
So a physical edition.
Physical
from
edition.
a physical edition store.
Yes, you need that. I mean, that's just common sense. And you still get the Blockbuster membership card.
Sweet. I just want the Blockbuster card. I don't have mine anymore.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? This is an actual valid one. Like the one you had isn't worth anything anymore.
It's very true.
So there's other levels with T-shirts, like employee T-shirts. There's a one where you can actually work a shift at that Blockbuster store. Looks like travel is on you. There's associate producer where you get credits. At the associate producer level, which is $5,000, which is the granddaddy of them all, you not only get all the rewards like the T-shirt, the poster, the physical, you get a VHS copy of the movie, which I think is pretty rad. I don't know if they're just making one of those because I see there's only actually it doesn't say it's limited, so maybe there's more than one of those available. But I bet not too many people back at that, and that's the reward I would love is an actual VHS copy of this. But I don't know, it's pretty cool. That Kickstarter definitely has nostalgia for me, and I hope to at least see the movie at some point.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to go.
Next time we're in Bend,
we should drive to Bend for a Wednesday night.
There's a lot of breweries in Bend.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
Well, like right after I get off work, or maybe I'll get off an hour early, and we'll just roll.
Okay, it's doable.
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk some games we've been playing.
All right, so I've been playing Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube.
With yourself?
With my wife.
Okay, so what characters do you play?
So I play Little Bowser, or Baby Bowser, and Baby Mario. My wife plays the two princesses. I think it's Princess Peach and Princess...
Is it Daisy?
Daisy, yeah. Daisy! So
Do they talk in Double Dash?
They say their names.
Okay.
Yeah. Bowser and Daisy.
Cool.
Yep. So that's what I have really been playing this week. Not a whole hell of a lot. What have you been playing? You've been playing
a
a hell of a
lot
lot.
again because when you stream, you play.
So the issue is Daddy's son weekend.
Okay.
And by the
Does
time I was
son go to bed at 8?
He does, but I was fucking exhausted from watching him all day. So
Some trucker meth, man.
Dude, you need to give me some meth.
Trucker meth. It's like fake meth.
Oh.
It's like 50% meth, but legal.
Gotcha.
Have you ever been in a convenience store and see the stuff they sell behind the counter? Like,
Yeah.
I wonder what's in that shit.
Probably meth.
Probably, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not do that.
Maybe do it for packs
No.
and coffee. A lot of
Well,
coffee.
definitely a lot of coffee. That's not even negotiable.
Okay, what have you been playing? Because you played a shitload more than me.
I did, but just little bits here and there.
Okay.
Like, probably all of these I played under an hour.
Wow, that's about how much I played.
But I do have 4 games. So, Windjammers is a
I
game.
have 16 maps.
Windjammers is from DCEMU, which is going to be at PAX, showing some brand new games. But I saw this game first at PlayStation Experience, and it's been on my PlayStation wish list since then, and it went on 90% off, so I had to get it.
Jesus, how much was it?
$1.49,
Holy
down from
shit.
$14.99. So Windjammers is a Neo Geo game, and they did a really good emulation of it. Like there's no lag, the music's great. So it's sort of 16-bit graphics, I guess.
Okay.
And it's like a tennis court or a volleyball court, but you're throwing frisbees at each other. And you can dash around and grab the frisbees. It's like a like Pong in a way, but more complicated. There's scoring zones. There's a middle zone and 2 side zones. The middle zone is the higher points.
Okay.
Sometimes there'll be obstacles depending on the course that you can bounce off of. You can throw differently. Like you can do ricochets. You can do power throws where you like. It's almost like a Mario Strikers animation where you like. There's lightning and flames and shit.
Sweet.
It's fun. There's some online which I've had trouble getting into a match. Honestly.
Weird.
Local couch play is fun. My daughter didn't get into it unfortunately, but it works really great as far as how it works. And I also get a free Vita version, so...
That's awesome.
Yeah, if I want to play through the campaign on my Vita in bed, I can do that. I'm still continuing to play Darksiders 2. Maybe more about that later. I'm just going to kind of pass over that for now. This week I picked up WarioWare Gold 3DS. I thought maybe Metroid would be my last 3DS game, but I was thinking this game would be actually really good for PAX, because I'm going to bring up the music right now, so maybe you can hear it.
I doubt it.
Probably. I'm going to still do it. So it's a classic WarioWare game. There's different...
Never played any of those.
You didn't play any of them?
Shit, I'm tired all of a sudden.
Have some more beer.
Okay, thanks.
So, there's different... The games are like literally like 5 seconds long, and you just like do one thing. And so, this would be great for playing a game in line. Like, I can just...
But we don't wait in lines nowadays.
That's not true.
It's very fucking true, usually.
That's the game, if you can hear it. I'm just going to die now, because I'm not really watching the screen. We wait in lines for parties.
That's true.
And if we don't have an appointment, we really like all the super big games, like if like Halo was there or something, we'd probably have to wait in line for that.
Probably.
We'll wait in line for stupid pictures, where we're waiting before an appointment.
But we're talking to each other.
There's a lot of talking right now. All right, I'm closing this. There's a
It's
story.
a stupid game.
It's Wario wants to make a lot of money. He makes these people make games.
Does he make
for him.
like an esports or something like that? That's what he's trying to make.
Like a tournament more.
Gotcha.
They don't call it esports. They should, but whatever. It's cute. There's a lot of different characters, and the game.
Are the Twitch viewers on it?
No.
Okay.
They're not quite up to that level yet.
Gotcha.
So I've been playing that. And there's at least 300 mini games in this. So even if I
Holy
play between now and
shit.
then, I'll have plenty to play at PAX. And then a game. Speaking of PAX, that I saw at PAX a couple years ago. And played a half-hour demo. Just came out today, and this is how excited I am for this game. It went on sale at 9:30 Eastern. I went on my Steam app at work and bought it, and texted my daughter who was at home because she's not at school right now, and said, "Hey, there's a new game in my Steam library. Can you download it for me?" And she did.
What is this?
It's called Unavowed. It's a point-and-click adventure. With like supernatural elements. Like you wake up basically to this guy trying to exorcise a demon from you, and then there's a flashback of you. And what's cool is like you answer 3 questions as he's exorcising you, like are you a man, are you a woman, are you a demon? And based on your answer, you're a man or a woman. And then you get to choose like, okay, remember your past. Were you an actor? Or you get to choose like you're an actor, a bartender. Or
So you're making your history.
Yeah, and like the beginning part of the story is based on your answer. So like in the original demo I played, I was a bartender. This time I chose an actor. It was a completely different opening.
Nice.
It eventually moves to the same story.
Yeah.
But like you get to see the carnage that your character does from being possessed for a year by this demon.
That's awesome.
It's pretty epic. Like you just went around murdering people.
You streamed this, didn't you?
I did. If you want to check it out, it's streamed on our Plug and Play Facebook page. It's roughly the same scenario that was in the demo I played, except for a slightly different beginning. And I chose not to do any voiceover or video. It's just the game.
Nice.
Because I think with a story-driven game like this, I would just be distracting, like talking over it.
Yeah.
It's roughly a half an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. So you can check it out if you want. I like it a lot. I'm very excited to play through this. So that's what I'm playing.
Sweet.
We got new games coming out this week. And
yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now. Hold on.
Do you want me to read it for once?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So Okami HD. I am tempted to buy this game for the 4th time. Literally the
fourth time?
So, 4th time. I bought this originally on PlayStation 2. I bought it again for Wii. I bought it again.
Have you beat it?
Yes. I beat the PlayStation 2 version. The Wii version was broken. There was like a part where you couldn't really get past. I have it on PlayStation because it went on sale. It would be great on Switch. So basically, it's a kind of a Legend of Zelda, but you're a fox and you use like a painter's brush to cast spells. And it's got a really unique, like a Japanese painting art style. Unexplored, Nintendo Switch. No idea what that is. Megaton Rainfall, Nintendo Switch. Minute. I'm excited to get this. Minute is spelled M-I-N-I-T. Your character dies after a minute. You have 1 minute gameplay, then you respawn.
This sounds like shit.
No, the world is relatively small, but you can really only go like one direction. You can only explore one direction. You get to keep your items. It's totally doable, but it's like
You die, but do you pick up from the very beginning, or do you... So how the fuck are you gonna make it further than the next time?
You get to keep your items, so you'll figure out what you need to do, and you'll go back and do it right.
Gotcha. All right.
It's not like you start completely over. It's just you have 1 minute to get whatever you need to get done. And I've heard about it on PC, and I'm like, this is a perfect Switch game.
That's a perfect Switch game.
So I've been waiting, so I'm going to get that. Monster Hunter World comes out for PC. Subaru City, Nintendo Switch. Blobcat, Nintendo Switch. The Amazing Shinsengumi, Heroes in Love, Nintendo Switch. Shut-Eye, Nintendo Switch. We Happy Few gets an official release on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
You played this, right?
I played a very early version that I was not happy with. I voiced my concerns, and I was pretty much echoed by everybody that the first part of the game was not at all like the main part of the game. First part plays a lot like BioShock. Second part plays a lot like just a survival game, like what's that game? Don't Starve or something. Where you're
Don't Starve Together.
Where you're just like constantly getting resources, and it's like procedure generated and bullshit. It doesn't have the narrative flow of the first part of the game. It doesn't feel like it was disjointed. They worked on that for several years. They now released it. I'm going to be reading reviews on this one for sure.
Sweet.
Mini Metro, Nintendo Switch. Phantom Doctrine, PC. Cosmic Star Heroine, Nintendo Switch, which I have on Vita. It would be good on Switch. World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth, PC.
Yeah.
That's new?
It's new. It's a new DLC for it.
Wow, okay. I've just heard that name before, so I thought it was maybe out before. Read Only Memories, a game I loved on PC, would be great on the Switch. Point-and-click adventure set in the future. Lots of non-binary queer characters. Very good.
Wait, what did you just say?
Non-binary queer characters. Non-binary, queer characters.
What's this game about?
It's about robots. And memory and consciousness. And it's a detective story.
About, like, exploring those areas.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's a very linear, easy to understand plot. But it definitely goes into the, like, what is consciousness? When does, like, a AI become human? A lot of cool. It's cool, and it's actually relatively short too. So if you're into point-and-click adventures, but you don't want to like go forever and ever, it's a great game. State of Mind, don't know what that is. Nintendo Switch. That brings us to the end of the new releases.
All right, guys. So until next week, on not 193. That would be weird.
Why are we going back to that one? Did we not like it the first time?
Yes, it's true.
I'm gonna look up 193 while you're talking about our social media.
Okay, sounds good. Next week on 204 of the Plug and Play podcast. Next week will be 204. You guys can find us at facebook.com/Plug and Play Show, Twitter and Instagram at Plug and Play Cast, youtube.com/Plug and Play Gamer. Until next week, don't forget to check us out at thebunsmashers.com.
Okay.
Plugandplaygamer.com.
Okay.
Thank you to Podbean for highlighting the shit out of our show. And what was 193?
So 193 is called Ice Cream Solo. The first half... I almost played it. The first half was quenched by Hopworks Urban Brewery at its First Sisters IPA. I have a new movie to talk about and some other interest of topping. You sweat the details on a new workout regimen and hung out with some babies. In the news segment, we got the Atari try to get some airtime. A space game that's been teased for several years drops the biggest bundle yet for a spaceship, not even in alpha. And Tech Talk this week is a storage organizer for the Tascam and XLR mics we use on location. Rounding out our Kickstarter, we got a few tips on unfucking your adult self and how to have sex along with board games. So that's something you can check out. It's already out. You don't have to wait till next week.
193. Check out 193. We can have sex with something.
Yeah, board games, apparently.
Board games. So don't forget to prime and shine.